Hey, it worked. There was a bit of technical issues going on, but I'm glad to be here. So this is the daily reading for February the 20th, and it's coming from Affirmations for the Inner Child by Rokelle Lerner, who's also the author of Daily Affirmations for Adult Children of Alcoholics. February 20th is titled Savouring, and it has a subtitle, I will savour each moment today. Chocolate ice cream, a child savours every drop. She eats her cone slowly, relishing each bit. Even when the ice cream drips all over her hand, she doesn't care, preferring to lick it off later. Concerned about dirty clothes and car, mother tries to rush the process. Yet nothing can rush this child. I can take a lesson from this child, for I speed through life at such a pace that I hardly notice where I am or how I feel. Many times I gulp my meals. I ride to work, arriving at my destination without noticing anything but the car in front of me. I rush through work, sex, relationships, and parenting without being fully present. Today, I will practice savouring life. I will choose to share a meal with someone I enjoy and taste each bite. Okay. I will notice the texture of the chair, the colourful place settings on the table. I will see my reflection shine in the sparkle of my companion's eyes. Right, okay. Who else can put their hand up when it comes to rushing through life? Yes, I have been very guilty of that, waiting for the end of day to come fast enough or not fast enough when the kids were small so that I could get them into bed so that I could sit down and go, survived another day. It's not really any kind of life when you're surviving. People used to ask me how I was, and I would say, oh, I'm surviving. That's not really joyful living, is it? Surviving. So I strive to try to pass on to, mothers of young children. I know it's really difficult, and people said it to me, when mine were young, enjoy it because it doesn't last very long. It doesn't last forever. But when you're in it, it's like, the end of the day and having silence and quiet to yourself again is so important. But, we have to, I wish I had learned to slow down and to relax more when my kids were young, put it that way. The batch flowers in my life, so the batch flower remedies are very important little essences that I use for emotional support. I've used them for 23 years now. And I do think they would have been incredibly useful to me had I discovered them right at the beginning of motherhood and before. Before motherhood would have been even better. But they would have helped me, I think, greatly when the kids were very small, and they were physically demanding, rather than so much mentally demanding. And then, when I had three youngsters, it's a lot in your mental health when you haven't dealt with your mental health. So I think I rushed through everything because I didn't want to really face anything. I didn't want to spend much time anywhere. I just wanted to keep going. I just had to keep going. I didn't want to think too much. So that's another reason I think why I rush through life. I'm not sure whether you rush through life, whether you have a reason to rush through it. But parenting without being fully present is a waste. As I say, I wish that I had paid more attention. My youngest was very good that if she was chatting as she did, following me around, chat, and I would be nodding and mm-hmm. And she from a very young age got wise to that, and she would quiz me on what she had just said. So that's kind of was the beginning of me having to stop and listen to what she was saying so that I could actually answer what she was saying, so that I absorbed what she was saying. And it was a great thing to be able to do. She taught me loads in her little, childhood life. That I had to pay attention. I had to be in that moment rather than my head being what's for dinner, when the laundry's getting done, when am I getting them to bed, when's Bill coming home. There was like a whole bunch of stuff going on in my head. And I was just, I'm here. And then she would say, well, Mum, what did I just say? No clue. So if you're a young parent, or maybe you're a grandparent now, and I'm not sure because I'm not a grandparent yet, whether it's different, whether you do give your full attention to your grandchildren. But, if you're a young parent or a parent of young children, I invite you just to occasionally make sure that you stop, really stop, and just make eye contact and listen to exactly what they're trying to tell you, because they're trying to tell you their big stuff as little people. So if we don't listen to it then why would they try and tell us their big stuff when they're adults? Just something to ponder. Okay, my 5 minutes is up. Bye now. Namaste.